Let's go. So in this session we'll discuss with methods. What is the methods in Java? What is the application of method? How to use methods in Java? Actually, guys, so there are two types of methods we use in Java. Actually, mostly we'll use these two types of methods. What are those? We have instance method and static method in Java. So what is the use of methods? Actually, we use methods to write business logics. And when those logics will get executed, those logics will get executed when we call the method. So always remember that method logics will get executed during method calling statement. During what? Method calling statement. Always remember. Okay. So what is the use of method? What is the use of method and why we use method in Java? Okay. So actually method are okay. Methods are used to write business logics. We use method to write business logics, and when those logics will get executed, and those logics will get executed during method calling. When you call the method, during that time the method logics will get executed. During method calling, the method logics will get executed. So actually we can say that when you write the logics within the method, that particular method will return control back to the place from where you call. Okay, so there is one more application of method, like, so method will return control back to the place from where you call the method, from where you call the method. Always remember that. So when the method logics will get executed, when you call the method logics execution depends on method calling statement. Okay, always remember that. So method logic execution depends on method calling statement. So you may you may think like that, what are the types of method we have? What are the kinds of method? Mostly we will use two kinds of method in Java. So what are those? Instance method and static method. We'll use mostly two methods in Java. One is what? Instance method, and second is what? Static method. So what is the syntax for instance method? What is the syntax for static method? So we have method. We have two types of method. One is what? Static method, and second is what? Instance method. Instance nothing but non-static. Okay, instance is nothing but non-static method. Okay, what is the syntax for static method and what is the syntax for non-static method? How we create static method in Java? We create static method in Java like this: public will take static keyword, return type of the method, and method name. And if you want to define within this, we'll write business logics. Okay, within this area we'll write business logics. Will write here. When this business logics will get executed, when we call this method. Okay, when we call this method. And if you want to write arguments within the method, we can write arguments. Arguments, we can pass any number of arguments within the method. Okay, so this is for this is for instance method. Similarly, if you want to define static method, we can define static method like this within static area. Okay, so we can define static method like this, and here this is the static area. You have to, like, just I am writing in edit like notepad, that's what I am getting this. Okay, so this is for instance method and this is for static method. You can static. And this area is for static method area, and this area is called instance method area.
Sir, in the static panel, we need to mention the static.
Yeah, I'm mentioning adjusting it. You see, so this is the like this is the static method. Under the static method, will the syntax for static method is like this. Okay, and the syntax for instance method is like this. Instance method will define like this, and static method will define like this. Okay, and
Sir, please increase the font size.
yes,
Please increase the font size.
is it okay?
Ah, yes, okay.
This is what static method. We define static method like this, and this is what instance method. Okay, and the static method will define like this: public static void main, and within that method area. So this is the method area. Within this method area, we'll write the business logics. We'll write the business logics. Okay. So similarly, so this is the instance method, and this is the within this area we'll write the business logic. When this business logic will get executed, when you call the method, when you call the method. So you may thinking like, what is public? Public is nothing but access specifier, or it is also called as access modifier in Java. Okay, public is called access specifier or access modifier in Java. So what is static? Static is a keyword in Java. Okay, so keyword in Java used to specify static members of the class. Static members of the class. So then, what is void? Void in above two methods. Void is nothing but this is called return type of the method. What is the method is returning? What method is returning? So if method is not return anything, then we'll say return type of the method is what? Void. Okay, return type of the method. Okay, return type of the method. Then you may think like, what is test? So this test is nothing but, what is this test? Test is nothing but method name. Method name. Okay, and what is this test of arguments arg? What is this, guys? This is nothing but,
Parameter method name.
this is called method signature. This is called method signature. I'm recording the session. If you have doubt, then only ask. Okay, this is called method signature. You know, method signature is nothing but method name and arguments in the method called method signature. So method name and arguments in the method, this whole part is called method signature. Okay, method signature, and this is called method body. Within this part is called method body. Within the method body, we'll write the business logics. Am I clear? Write down this. Okay, guys. As you know that method execution depends on method calling, and we have it two areas in Java. Okay, static area and instance area. So instance area. From instance area, how to call instance method? This is called instance method. Okay, how will you call this instance method from instance area and from static area? This is, if instance method is there, then we will say instance area. If static method is there, then we will say static area. So how to call this instance method? How to call this instance method from instance area? You know, we can call instance method from instance area. First is what? By using object reference name, or by using a reference variable name. We can say the object reference name, or by using reference variable name. Okay, this is the first approach. And in static area, there is only one approach, that is called only by using, in static area. So there is only one way, only by using reference variable name, only by using reference variable name. But in instance area, we can call by using reference variable name, or other way is what? Other way is what? We can call directly also. directly with method name. So from instance area directly with method name. So there are two ways. There are two approaches to call instance method. There are two approaches to call instance method from instance area, and one approach to call from static area. What is one approach? From static area we can call, okay yaar, go on mute. Okay, from static area we can call instance method. This is instance method only by using reference variable name. There is only one approach. Okay, write down. There are there are there are two ways to call instance method. There are two ways to call this instance method from instance area. There are two ways to call instance method from instance area, whereas only one way to call instance method from static area. So draw it properly. Okay, this is static area, instance area. This is two way. What are the ways? So from this instance area, we can call these two ways, and from the static area we can call by using object reference name, or we can say reference variable name. Similarly for static method, what are the ways? Okay, static method. What are the ways from instance area? How many ways we can call static method, and from static area how many? Okay, static method there are three ways. So we can call static method by using. So first approach is what? By using class name. Second approach is what? Let me delete this. So first approach is what? Always call by using class name. Inside this also, inside static area or inside instance area, in both the areas we can call static method in two ways. What are those two ways? What are those three ways? In three ways. First is what? By using class name we can call. Second is what? By using directly with method name. And third one is what? We can call by using reference variable name. But always remember that when you try to access members of the class by using reference variable name, what will happen? So static members of the class, when you try to access static members of the class by using object reference variable name or reference variable name, conversion will take place. Okay, what are the ways to call static method from instance area? These three. As well as from static area we can call these three ways. Okay, this is the static method. Write down. There are three ways to call static method from instance area as well as from static area. Those are as below. Okay, you can draw this static method calling. We are calling static method from instance area. These are the way. From static area, these are the same. Let's go with practical. Okay, just go to the edit plus and let me define. This is the class test. Okay, this is the class. Within this class, let me define one instance method public void, and the method name is what? Test1. And this is the method body. Within this method body, we'll write some dummy thing, like we'll try to display one one message like this method is get called. What is the method name? Test1 method. Okay, and the method is what? Static or instance. This is instance test1 method. So when we call this instance test1 method, the logics of instance test1 method will get called. Similarly, if you define any other method like, and let me take this method is what? Static, and this is my test2 method. So test2 method. So how to call instance method from static area and how to call static method from static area. There are three ways to call instance, like two ways to call instance method from instance area, but we don't have any instance as of now. We have a test2 method is a static, main method is also static. So to call this instance method from the static area, so we have to create object. We have to create object. What is the class name? We always create object by using new viewer followed by class name. And for every object we'll create a reference variable for that. Means we'll represent, reference variable is nothing but the reference variable will represent memory address of that object. This reference variable will represent memory address of this object. Okay. So to call this instance method that is called test1 from static area, there is only one approach. What is the method name? Test1. So this is the instance method within the class. To call this instance method within this static area, we have to create object. The moment you create object, one object will get created here. One object will get created. Object memory address will get created. Within this memory address, this test1 method will get load. Why the test1 method will get load? This test1 method is a instance method, and we are pointing small t is a reference variable. This small t is point to that object memory address. Okay. So on that memory address, we call instance method. This is called instance. This is called instance method calling statement. This is called instance method calling statement. So how to call static method? There are three ways to call static method from static area. Main method is a static. So what are those three ways? We call static method from this area by using class name. What is class name? Test.test2. Test is the class name. This is called static method calling statement. Calling statement. Similarly, we can call static method directly with method name. What is the method name? Test2 is the method name. This is also static method calling statement. This is also static method calling statement. Okay. As well as we can call static method by using object reference. What is the reference variable? T. So when you call static members of the class, like the test2, this is the static method, right? This is not a, we always call static method by using, what? Class name or directly with method name. If you try to call static method by using object reference, during compilation time, conversion will take place. It will get converted into class name dot method name like this. Automatically it will get converted. Okay. Conversion will takes place. Why the conversion will take place? You should have to know that static members of the class will get load into common memory of the class. Common memory of the class, like main method is a static, as well as test2 method is a static. All this will get load into common memory of the class. Okay. Always you should have to access static members of the class by using class name. They are belongs to class only. If you try to access static members of the class by using object reference during compilation, then compiler will check in object memory. But compiler won't found those static members of the class. It will automatically goes to the common memory of the class, and it will convert during calling. It will automatically call all the static members of the class by using class. This conversion will take place during compilation time. Okay. So how many ways we are calling here? So we are creating object. The moment we create object, on that object memory address, we are calling instance method. Only one way. Okay, only one way. Just because of that, this is static area. This is static area. Okay. So, but there are three ways. In these three ways, we are calling instance static. From static area, we are calling three ways this static method. But there is only one way we are calling instance method from static area. Okay, from static area. So if you compile it, Yes.
Sir, we can call the test one method directly method name. Can we
Test
do?
one, if you try to call this test one method directly from static area, this is static, this is static. If you try to call this test one method directly from static area, you will get compilation error. First, let me compile this. Just go to the location. Just shortcut is what? Control O. It will open this window. Just type here CMD. So this window is a current working directory. Here you are working. Just compile this Java C. What is the application name? Test.java. Like that, we'll compile the Java application. Once you will get compiled. Once you will get compiled, run it. Java. What is the application name? Test. You see, instance method will get invoked only once. Okay, but the static method, actually we have written within this test2 method. This is static. This is static, and the method name is what? Test2. Control S. Go to the command prompt. First compile. We done some changes, and then call. Compile and run. You see, instance test1 method, then static, static, static 3 times. As you are telling, if you try to call instance method, you created object, not an issue. The moment you create object, instance method will get loaded into that object. But if you try to call instance method directly with method name from static area, you will get compilation error. You see, test1. So if you call instance method from static area directly, so when you compile your Java application, during compilation time, you will get error. It will say at line number 3 within class test.java, at line number 23 you are having this issue. What is the issue? Let me comment it. So in Java class line number 23 error, non-static method test1 cannot be referenced from static area. It is saying from static area you can't call non-static method. You cannot refer non-static method from static area. Thus you will get compilation error. Am I clear? Yes. Clear now? Was asked this question. Hello. This is also static area. Am I clear now? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yeah. I write down this example. But before that, just write down. So this is the ways to call instance and static method from static area. Ways to call instance and static method from static area. From static. So next example we'll take ways to call static method and instance method from instance area. So our execution will always start from main method. So this main method will get started. Always, if you want to check, so always remember that your execution will always start from main method. Okay, the main method started, and your always execution will end at main method. To display any message to the console, we'll use this statement system.out.println. Okay, and here we'll write main method end ended here, and main method started here. So you see, to call this instance method, you should have to create object. The moment you create object, then only this instance method will get through from static area, and you are calling this instance method. The moment you call this instance method, this instance test1 method will get start. This instance test1 method will get start. Okay, means it will get start executing. From this instance method, you can call this static method in 3 ways. What are those 3 ways? You can call directly with class name. What is the class name? Test dot. What is the method name? Test2. Method name is what? Test2. The static method we are calling, as well as we are calling this static method directly with method name, or else you can call by using object creation also. Let me create one more object. and gives the name of this object is what T1. Okay, again instance method will get loaded into this object, and again you can call on that reference from instance area test2 method. But so here conversion will take place automatically. It will get converted into what class name dot method name. Actually, by using so static method always access static method by using static way, but not by using instance way. Okay. So similarly, let's suppose you have a one method within this class. We have a one function. This is called test3 function, and this is what instance. This is the instance method. To execute this instance method from instance area, there are two ways. Okay, there are two ways. This is what instance test3 method. To execute this instance test3 method from this instance area, how many ways are there? Three ways are there. Two ways are there. What are those? We can call by using object reference name. Object we have already created. Test3 is the method name. First way. And secondly is what? Directly with method name. So instance method we can call directly from instance area only, from instance. So this is instance method. That is what we will call. This method area is called instance area. This method is area is called instance area. This method is static. That is what we call this method area is static area. As well as main method is also static. That is what main method area is also static. Execution will start at main method and end at main method. From here you are calling test1 method. Test1 method will get started and the test1 method will get end here. Once the test1 method will get end, this cursor will return control back to the calling statement of the method here. From here you call that cursor. Okay. This instance test1 method ends. Okay, like this. So if you compile this program, you see, let me compile. So how many times static method will get execute? Static test2 method. Static test2 method will get execute two times. Instance test3 method will get execute. Sorry, static test2 method will get execute three times. Three times. Okay, instance test2 method will get execute two times, and this instance test1 method will get execute once, only once. Okay, let's compile and run this application. To compile it, just use javac application name.java, and to run it, just use Java application name. You see, your execution started at main method. Okay, then from main method you call the instance test1 method. From that instance test1 method, you are calling three times static method. You are calling two times instance method. Then instance method will get in. Your cursor will return control back to the calling statement of the method, and your main method will get in. Am I clear? Execution. You got it? The actually for new folks. Yes. Yeah, I am recording the session. So you see, we can pass arguments to the method also. So this is the instance method. During method calling, we can pass arguments to the method. What are the argument you are passing? You can display those arguments to the console also. So like this is like this is the like what is the name? We can take name of the person is what is the name? Concatenate that name. Name of the person is what? Name. Display the name. Always remember that when you pass arguments to the method, those arguments are treated as local variable. Those arguments are treated as local variable, and we are initializing this local variable during method calling. So these are just declaration. Okay, these are just declaration within the method signature, like within the method. But when we use, so this is the name of the and ID of the person is that ID. When you call that method, we can display. Let's suppose this second method is accepting two argument. One is what? Let's suppose I will take float sal. Okay, let's suppose sal, and I will display the salary. Okay, salary of the person. salary of the person is, whatever salary he is getting will display that salary, okay, within this test2 method. Okay, so when you call this method, during method calling you should have to initialize this local variable. Okay, so from static area, this main method is a static area. From this static area, if you want to call this test method, or if you want to call this test2 method, test1 and test2 method, test1 is a instance method. We are calling this test1 method from static area. So always create object, on that object call that method t dot. If you call test1 method, so how many number of argument you should have to initialize during method calling? Two argument. One is what? Name. So let's suppose when you call this method, the name of the person you are initializing Vasan, and the ID of the person you are initializing like this. ID you are initializing. Similarly, when you call this test2 method, test2 method is a static. We can call test2 method by using class name. During method calling, we should have to initialize like local variable. What is the salary of this person? Floating value 4505 point floating value f. Okay, always initialize like that. Test2. Those value, when you call this method during method calling, those value will get initialized and those value will get displayed. You see, first compile it and then run it. Okay, and then run with the application name test. You see, name of the person is Vasan, ID of the person is 771695, and salary of the person is what? 450545. So this is a floating value. That's what we have to initialize floating value like this only. Am I clear? So right, we can pass arguments to the method.
Excuse me, sir. Here we
Yes.
can't initialize t dot test2 and then value.
No, we can't. Which one?
T dot test1 that is initialized. Then test dot test2 you have written. Can we write t dot test2?
We can write, actually we are not initializing here. This is not instantiation statement. This is called method calling statement actually.
Okay.
Method calling statement. Every time we are writing now. So but which method we are calling on this reference? This is the instance method. Always instance method we will call on by using reference variable.
Yeah.
That is what we say. This is called instance method calling statement. And always you should have to call static method by using class name. Okay. So that is what this is, static method calling statement. So when you call the method during method calling, you can initialize local variable. Okay. So always remember that when you pass arguments to the method, those arguments will treated as local variable. Okay. And those local variable we can initialize during method calling when you call the method. Okay, that is the line. Write down. So arguments to the method, we can pass arguments to the method. We can pass arguments to the method. We can pass arguments to the method during, okay, sorry, we can pass arguments to the method during method calling. During method calling. Okay, next line, right? Arguments in the method are always treated as, arguments in the method are always treated as, arguments in the method are always treated as local variable. Local variable. And will be initialized when we call the method, and will be initialized when we call the method. You understood what are the methods, right? The methods are two types. One is what instance method and one is what static method. Okay. So method logics, two types of method in Java. Yes or no? How many types of method in Java? Two types of method. Instance method and static method. So both the methods, like we can call instance method from instance area in two ways, and we can call static method from static area in three ways, in both the area, instance area and static area. If you want to call instance method from static area, we can call only one way. You have to create object, and by using that object on that memory address of that object, you can call instance method. Okay, always remember that for instance members of the class, if you don't create object, the memory will not get allocated, and you can't able to access those instance members of the class. It may be a variable, it may be a method, or it may be a block. Okay, so every instance members of the class you should have to create. To load instance members of the class, you have to create object. Okay, so is there any doubt in method? This is what method in Java. This is the method in Java. Okay, so let's we go with return keyword. Write down heading return keyword in Java. Return keyword in Java. What is the use of return keyword, guys? Return keyword, and what is the use of? What exactly the return keyword will does? Okay, simply how the method will return control back to the place from where the method is called. Like that only the return keyword will return control back to the place from where you call the method. Okay, so simply we'll write return keyword will return control back to the place, return control back to the place from where the method is called, from where the method is called. Actually, so that is the use of. If you use return keyword within the class, within the method, so that return keyword will return control back to the place from where the method is called. Okay, so this is the first return keyword, first statement. So when you're using return keyword, always remember that when you're using return keyword, always use return keyword within the method. Okay, always use return keyword within the method as a last statement. As a last statement. If you're writing the return keyword in middle of that, and immediately of that return keyword, if you're writing some statement, that statement won't get reachable. You couldn't able to reach to that statement. Every time when you call that method, control will get back to the place from where you called, and whatever statement you have written after that return keyword, that statement won't get chance, so you will get compilation error. So don't write any statement after return keyword. Okay, first one by one we'll check. Write down. So return keyword will return control back to the place from where it is called. Let's take practically where we should have to write return keyword. So you can use return keyword within any method, okay, as a last statement. So let's suppose this is the method. So what this method is returning? What is the return type of this method? Void. And what is the method? This is your instance method. This is what? Instance method. Simply I will write this is my instance test1 method. Instance test1 method. Can we keep return keyword within this test1 method? Yes, we can keep return keyword. RETU return. Just keep return. So this return keyword we can able to keep. Similarly, what is this method? This is the static method. Okay, and this method is what? Static test2 method. Okay, static test2 method. When you call this static test2 method, simply the static test2 method will get called. And if you are returning return keyword, so instead of coming cursor to this here, this return keyword, this keyword will return control back to the place from where this method is called. Okay, from this test2 method is called. Let me call this instance method and static method from main area, from main method area. Okay, so to call this instance method, must have to create object, created object. On that object memory address, we call that instance method. Similarly, to call this test2 method is a static using class name dot method name. Okay, this cursor will return control back for calling this test1 method, and this cursor will return, like this return keyword will return control back to the this calling statement. Okay, so you see, let me compile this program. If you compile file to run, just use Java application name. You see, instance test1 method and static test2 method. It means we can keep return keyword within the method. Okay, we can keep return keyword within the method, but always remember that always keep return keyword as a last statement within the method, as a last statement within the method. Okay, write down next statement. We can keep return keyword, we can keep return keyword within the method as a last statement, last statement, as a last statement. Always remember that this statement. Okay, always keep return keyword within the method as a last statement, as a last statement, like this. Write this application example. Okay, actually I was not recorded. Wait, actually what happened? Immediate after return keyword, if you write any statement like this, immediate after return keyword, if you write any statement, compiler will gives you compilation error. Why? This statement won't get chance to execute. If this statement is won't get chance to execute, and if you compile it during compilation time, you'll get compilation error. Always remember that. Always remember that return keyword must be last statement within the method. Return keyword, this return keyword must be last statement within the method. Immediate after return keyword, if you write any statement, compilation error, unreachable statement error. Okay, so write this example. Immediate after return keyword. Okay, immediate after return keyword, if you write any statement, then that statement, okay, then that statement won't get chance to execute, and hence compiler will throw an error during compilation time. Okay, what error it will throw during compilation time, and error is what? Unreachable statement. This error the compiler will throw, and hence compiler will throw unreachable statement error. Am I clear? Okay, done with this. Write this application. Okay, can we keep return keyword within the main method? Yes, we can keep return keyword within the main method. This is, let's suppose, your main method, and we'll display something within the main method. Okay, so I will tell, so this is my main method, and we can keep return keyword within the main method, not an issue. Just, but always keep return must be last statement. If you are not returning any value, then return type of the method should be void. So the main method return type is what? Void, and we are not returning anything. That is what? So we can able to keep return keyword within the main method. We will not get any compilation error or at runtime error. Okay, if you compile it, let me clear first. Compile it and run it. So first compile and run Java test. You see, main method executed. Main method executed. So it means we can keep return keyword within the main method. Okay, we can keep return keyword within the main method, but as a last statement. Yes or no? Write down. We can keep return keyword within the main method, but as a last statement. Last statement. But as a last statement. But as a last statement. Okay. We can keep return keyword within the main method, but as a last statement. Write this application. You see, so this is the some value you are returning. But see, let's suppose you are trying to return some value from the main method, like 10. If you are trying to return some value from the main method, then you will get like compilation error when you compile it. So actually, so did I record it? Recording started. Yeah, I started. You see, so when you try to return some value from the main method, you will get compilation error. What compilation error you will get? In within test.java class at line number 5, error incompatible type unexpected return value. Actually, what is the return type of main method? The return type of the main method is of void, and you are trying to return a integer value. If you are returning some value from the method, you should have to change return type of the method. Okay, you should have to change return type of the method. Okay, but you see, so when you change return type of the main method, you will get runtime error. But when you try to return some value from the main method, you will get compilation error. This is important. Okay, most of the time in interview room, you'll get this question. When you're trying to return some value from the main method, when you will get error, compilation error or runtime error, then respond. When we try to return value from the main method, so we'll get compilation error. Okay. If we try to change return type of the main method and returning the value from the main method, then we'll get runtime error. You see. So if I will change return type of the main method, we are returning integer value. If I will change return type of the main method is of int, so I will get runtime error. It will say main method should be always public static void main. So I compiled it, and when I try to run it, I will get this error. Error, main method must return a value of type void in class test. Please define the main method as public static void main. Am I clear? This you will get when you change return type of the main method. This error you will get. Okay, if you change return type of the main method. Am I clear? Write down first this for this. When we try to return value from the main method, then we'll get compilation error. Okay, write about, yeah, just write down. When we try to change the return type of the main method, so this is int is what? Return type. When we change return type of the main method, then we will get runtime error saying main method should be always public static void main, and it will always accept an argument of string array, like this. Okay, write this application as well. Yeah, let's go ahead. That's what always we can keep return keyword within the main method as a last statement, but we can't return any value from the main method. Main method should be always public static void main. Okay. So let's suppose this is the method. This is the test method, which is what. So I will initialize this instance variable. I will initialize this instance variable at runtime. Okay, when you call the method, you can initialize. Sorry, I will initialize this local variable at runtime. Argument in the method we always treat it as local variable. Okay, always initialize this local variable. So this local variable I want to use. I want to use within this instance method, as well as once I will use within this instance method, I want to return this. I want to return this instance. Sorry, local variable. Why instance I am taking calling? Okay, once I use initialize this local variable, I use that local variable within this main within this test area, as well as from this test area I want to return that value. Okay, this is like main method started. I will write main method started. For this instance method, will create object new test. I will create object and will hold the memory address of this object by using reference. Okay, when I will call that method, when I will call this test method, how many argument it is expecting? Only one argument. Let me pass 100. So when you pass 100 and when you call this instance method, we are during calling, we are initializing 100 to this local variable. We are using that, and same 100 value we are returning from this test method. But you see, we will get compilation error. When you compile this application, we will get compilation error. Why we will get compilation error? Anyone from you will get compilation error. Incompatible type, unexpected return value. You know, when you returning the value from the method, always return type of the method should be what kind of value you are returning. So you are returning integer value. Then return type of this void method should be int type. You are returning integer value. Okay, int value. Then return type of the method should be int. If you are returning string value, then return type of the method should be string. Yes or no?
Yes. Sir,
Yeah.
the Java will take by default this keyword before the A, this dot A.
That will take in next session. Wait, man. That will take in next session. Don't jump. One by one we'll clear. Like, don't jump directly. Okay. One by one we'll clear the like all points. Okay. Right. For this, just write down. Whenever method will return value, whenever method will return value, whenever method will return value, the return type of the method should be. The return type of the method should be the type of value. The type of value. The return type of the method should be the type of value we are returning from the method. Otherwise we'll get compilation error. Otherwise we will get compilation error. Am I clear? Okay, write this example. So in the above example, in the below example. So after that we'll write in the below example. We are returning the value. We are returning the value of int type. We are returning the value of int type, and method return type, and the method return type is of void. And the method return type is of void, and hence we are getting compilation error. and hence we are getting compilation error because of incompatible return type. Because of incompatible return type of the method. Because of incompatible return type of the method. Yeah, write this example. Okay guys, always whenever you returning the value from the method, always return type of the method should be, so what type of value you are returning, you see? So you are returning integer value. So whatever value you are returning, that value will get returned to the calling statement of the method. This is what your calling statement. Calling statement of the method. Local variable, the scope of local variable is what? Only within the area where you create. So when you initialize this local variable, you use that local variable as well as you returning that local variable to the calling statement of the method. So you can hold that value at calling statement and you can use that value within main method also. So how to hold? What kind of value we are returning? Integer type. Okay, I will take the variable name, I will take I, and I can display that value. I can use that whatever value I am returning from test method, I can use that value within main method. Okay, so this is called, this return type of the main method, this is calling statement of the method, test method will hold the value which is getting from, with returning from the method, as well as, so let's suppose you have a method, I will take static method. You may think like static method don't return anything. Let's suppose this static method returning, this is what test one method, let's suppose, and at runtime we'll pass string name. I will use this name variable also. I will use this name variable. At runtime we'll initialize this name variable when you call the method, as well as I will return that name variable. Name variable is of what type? String type. Okay, name variable is of what type? String type. That is what we are return type of the main method. Test one method is what? String. When you call, okay, someone has used